far as East Carolina is concerned, Coach Pat Dye seems to say we win on defense. And East Carolina, consequently, is number 2 in the nation in total defense, second only to number 1 ranked Penn State. So we're going to see a lot of opposites, I think, today from this football game.
Well, your deep man going back, number 27, Zach Jones. Zach is the deep man back for the Bulldogs. East Carolina thinking they've got to stop them on the first drive with the freshman quarterback.
Dick, if East Carolina can get out and stop them on the first drive, I think it will rattle their freshman quarterback.
Taken by Jones from Davenport. Comes out to the 10. Picks up a good wedge. And is stacked up there by a host of parents led by Jeffrey Warren.
And since that time, he's been really carrying this football team.
Free is wide to the left. And Barkley starts off by giving to the fullback, Jesse Clark. Johnny Giordano is out wide to the right. Barkley's first pass coming to the near side, nowhere near. Then the clock operator is Chris Sedaris. Back in that I formation, Barkley fakes the handoff and goes over top of the intended receiver.
He should have caught it.
Gerald Hall takes a punt at the 50, goes to the near side, looks for some running room, and finds it before being pushed out of bounds. Leander Green is the quarterback.
Number 10, Leander Green.
Running backs are Collins, Hicks, and Sutton. Put Collins in motion. Washington is wide to the right. And give it off right up the middle. Washington's wide to the right. Out of the bone backfield. Put Harrell in motion this time to the left. Pitch back to Collins. Collins going to throw the ball deep, and it is incomplete. It's third down. Collins in motion. And wait a minute, looks like Artis McCann. Allen back to punt now. And Rodney gets off a boomer that's going all the way in and out of the end zone. The Bulldogs will take over. Barkley still at quarterback. Got a man wide right and wide left. Barkley looking, flips back now. Over chasing out of bounds and getting the initial hit.
And see what they're doing that they had been doing all year long.
Giordano comes wide to the right. Yates goes wide to the left. Scooter Sproul goes deep, and forget it. Barkley dropping straight back now, looking for somewhere to go. Finds no hands at all.
Dick and Gerald can return those punts.
Jeff Dozier back to punt, and he gets one upstairs. Hall is not known for the fair catch, takes it, and runs right into a mess of folks. Second at 5-2 with Artis McCann, a young man that's unreal in there at nose guard. And Leander Green going to be dropped for a loss. East Carolina's got 2 men split wide to the left, got Gallagher wide to the right. Washington is flags all over the place, and East Carolina's going to be called for offsides, illegal motion. Billy Ray Washington wide to the right. Quick pitch to the house. And Eddie Hicks. And Anthony Collins comes wide right.
A spread set for East Carolina. 2 wide receivers in the game right now.
Green rolling straight back, looking, and Robinson putting the pressure on. Pass intended for Eddie Hicks, incomplete. Rodney Allen's punt. Rodney will strike at about the 38, and he gets off a high one that's sailing, and Sproul is going to call for the fair catch, and does. Barkley, on a misdirection play, hands it off to his running back, Jesse Clark.
And it is right next door.
Barkley now looks for some running room, and he hands off to his running back. Barkley wide pitches, rolls, fumble at the play, and I believe Cliff Williams has come up with the football.
Dick, I just finished saying.
Green at quarterback. Washington is wide to the left. Long count. Give it off to Theodore Sutton. A hole opens up. Theodore lowers his head and goes down to... East Carolina's got it now, first and goal at the 4. Leander Green on a keeper, and he gets maybe a half a yard. It's going to be second and goal. Washington's wide to the left. Quick pitch to AC, Anthony Collins, and he's in for the touchdown.
East Carolina's in, Dick. They got good field position. They took advantage of it this time around.
But the Bulldogs charge in the spot, the kick, it's up, and it is good. And with time out on the field, and the score, East Carolina 7, Louisiana Tech nothing.
Louisiana, but still East Carolina's favorite to win this football game today by 6 points.
Rodney Allen kicks it deep. Zach Jones takes it right on the goal line. Gets his wedge, but he is still going to be dropped at about the 22-yard line. John Hallow stays in at nose guard. Barkley going to roll out and look, throws, tries to hit his man, hits Yates on a swing pattern, fumbled, and East Carolina has recovered.
Big break for East Carolina once again, Dick.
At the 26.
When Chavis reached around him, he got him. Leander Green on a quarterback keeper, and Leander goes down. Gallagher's wide to the right for the Pirates. Young man has had a super year. Give it off to Eddie Hicks.
Their offensive team is turning the ball over.
Billy Ray Washington is wide to the left. Leander Green gives it off to Anthony Collins, and he can't go anywhere. He's going to lose a couple. Send Gallagher wide to the left. Out of the bone, Green fakes, gives to Hicks. Hicks trapped on the far side, gets away, and almost breaks it. And it's 3rd down and 12. Running out of the straight bone. Green fakes one up the middle. Green is rushed, heavily pursued, throws in the end zone over the head of intended receiver. Bill Lamb just attempted a 31-yard field goal that was no good, wide to the right. Barkley is still the man, and he pitches to his big running back, George Yates, and Yates tries the right side.
He's number 16. Last year, he was the Southlands Conference Player of the Year.
Barkley pitches to Yates once again, and ooh, a missed tackle back there. Zach Valentine had him for a loss and let him get away from 3rd down and 2.
3rd and short yardage, Dick. If East Carolina can stand up pretty good now, they'll have the ball in pretty good field position once again.
Barkley rushing, but he's going to get nowhere. John Hallow, the young freshman we were talking about. The punt, short, off the side of his foot, going to go out of bounds, and the officials marking it to East Carolina 48. And blocking below the knee. Eric Barkley at quarterback. They got men wide right and wide left, and Barkley's really getting the pressure and fakes a throw and is ridden down from behind. The 2 speed merchants are in now, George Pree and Johnny Giordano. And Barkley is looking and throwing and completing.
The exciting thing about a football team like Louisiana is they can score any time Louisiana Tech can.
Sproul wide to the left, Giordano right to the right. Barkley looking deep, throwing deep for Sproul, and the battle for it, and incomplete. The referee is ruling incomplete. Sproul again to the left. Giordano in motion going to the right. Pree is in the corner there, and they throw it low to the near side to Pree. Incomplete. Scott Coates is in the ball game replacing Pree. Barkley goes back looking, and Barkley is going to be sacked by Zach, and I believe he coughed the football up. He did. It's East Carolina's ball.
Roughing McNeil, number 44 for East Carolina.
Collins in motion going to the left. Billy Ray Washington is wide to the right. Give it off to Theodore Sutton on a quick opener. Man in motion is Collins going to the far side. Green looking. He is going to be smothered. Johnny Robinson and Artis McCann. Washington is wide to the right. It's 3rd down and 15 for the Pirates. Collins in motion. Steve Greer looking. Throws a around to Billy Ray Washington. And Billy Ray's got running room, and he is still looking, and would you believe, runs into one of his own players. Gallagher wide to the right. Green back in at quarterback. Straight up the middle to Theodore Sutton. Sutton runs over a couple and breaks a tackle and is down to the 11. Gallagher wide to the right. Green spinning, looking for something to happen. Throws to Eddie Hicks outside, and Hicks gets nowhere. Terry Gallagher wide to the right. Out of the straight bone. Green dropping back, looking for a receiver. Throws it outside to Anthony Collins.
Here he is. He's coming down.
We're isolated on Gallagher now.
Terry, we got an isolation here. Terry, the ball is popped up. Terry catches the ball, falls out of bounds on the 2-yard line. A great play.
Third down and about 6 inches for a first down. About a yard and a half for a touchdown. Give it off to Eddie Hicks, and Hicks goes down. Let's see. First and goal for the Pirates. Billy Ray Washington wide to the right. Sam Harrell in at running back now, replacing touchdown for Leander Green.
Leander battled over that time. He really got caught behind the line of scrimmage. Dick, and
Lost his
battled
jersey, but went over for the touchdown. The spot, the snap, the kick, it's up, it's good. And Bill Lamb adds the 14th point. East Carolina goes up now 14-0. Vern Davenport to kick off. Vern kicks it side-footed from Grifton. And is taken and dropped there by Ricky Johnson. Then Johnson gets some running room and gets it up to about the 18-yard line.
Today, the fog really didn't lift till around 10 o'clock.
Eric Barkley going back looking, throwing deep. Got a receiver.
What a catch.
What a catch by Johnny Giordano. Coach goes wide to the right. And in motion, Barkley dropping straight back, looks, throws straight up the pipe, and almost intercepted.
James Friett.
And that's the end of the first quarter. With the score, East Carolina 14, Louisiana Tech nothing. We'll return with the second quarter action right after these messages. There you have him, ladies and gentlemen, John Wayne, the Duke. Barkley looking for somebody to throw to, nothing to throw to. He was intending to go for George Pree. There he is. Oh, John Wayne. Third down and 10. 2 incomplete passes, and both intended for George Pree. Let's see what Barkley does now. He's got Pree wide to the right, getting a lot of pressure, and he is dropped. Back now to punt. Getting it away, Gerald Hall.
He might have room.
Takes it, gets it at the 30. He's up to the 40, and that's as far as he can go. East Carolina penalized 15 yards, personal foul. Leander Green with Gallagher wide to the right, Washington wide to the left. And Steve Greer in at quarterback, and Greer hands off to Sutton. And let's see, is a fumble on the play.
Keith Thibodeau.
Thibodeau is in at quarterback.
1977 Southwest Conference Player of the Year.
And most valuable player in the Independence Bowl last year. Thibodeau throwing intended for George Pree.
I kind of wonder about the fact that he was holding his arm when he came out. Might have a little rib problem.
Barkley going back looking, throws to the man cutting under, Johnny Giordano, and third down and 10. Giordano's wide to the right, Pree's wide to the right. Barkley looking to the left, throws complete, and hit out of bounds. First and goal for the Bulldogs on the Pirate 8-yard line. Barkley rolling right, looking for some action, throws it out, and going to be dropped for a long loss. Second and 14. Barkley got men wide to the right, looking to the left. Oh, picked off by Ruffin McNeil. Ruffin McNeil's got nothing but open field. If he can get a block, and he just got it. Ruffin's looking for another block and turns back in, and a sure tackle. Great play by McNeil, cutting behind Pree for the interception. Green at quarterback for the Pirates. Gives it off to Eddie Hicks, and Leander decides to keep it. Green now looking and rolling back, going to throw the football, throws it down the middle. Billy Ray Washington makes the catch at about the 14-yard line. East Carolina now first down and 10. They spotted it to 12. Vern Davenport is wide to the right. Give it off to Theodore Sutton, and he's going nowhere. Wide to the right is Gallagher. Green hands off to Sutton up the middle. Sutton breaks out of a tackle, lowers his shoulder, runs over another man, and it's finally ridden out of bounds at the 3-yard line. And it's third down and 1 for a first down. Theodore Sutton up the middle, and he gets the first down. Out of the bone backfield, Sutton, Collins, and Hicks are your running backs. Give it off to A.C. A.C. Collins goes over the top, and it's touchdown.
One of the running backs in that time, Dick, was Sam Harrell from Husky, North Carolina. That was his first time around.
Mitchell Johnson snaps. The kick is up by Bill Lamb. It is good.
Well, the football must have been all right for Bill Lamb.
It's timeout on the field with the score East Carolina 21, Louisiana Tech nothing. East Carolina Sutton has 43 yards on 7 carries, Kenny. And taking it down deep is number 26, Ricky Johnson. And Johnson gets some holes.
About 200 miles away, and we drove in today for this particular thing, and it seemed like it's about.
When you hear Kalijah by Charlie Pride, you've heard it all. Louisiana Tech with the ball now. Thibodeau is back in, and Thibodeau, oh, a great kick. About the 48-yard line.
I think a lot of wide receivers make that look easy, but it takes a lot of concentration when you know you're going to get hit and get hit hard.
And there's a pass complete to George Free.
They're going to catch the football, and that means a lot for the quarterback.
Johnny Giordano was wide left. Thibodeau back looking. Throws short to Yates out of the backfield.
Trying to get around Charlie Carter, he slips.
Thibodeau back now, rolling, sends everybody out. Throwing deep, it's going to be touchdown. Hold. The spot, the kick is up by Swilly. It is good. It is good. And with the score, timeout on the field with the score, East Carolina 21, Louisiana Tech 7. Hit the line of scrimmage. Gallagher's wide to the left, out of the bone backfield. Green rolling to the left, looking for somewhere to go, and gets away from one man and is really smacked by the second one. 3rd and long. Sam Harrell in motion, coming to the near side. And Sam almost got a fumble on the play, and Tech's going to recover at the East Carolina 8-yard line.
Another break for Louisiana Tech, Vic. Another. And Thibodeau can bring Louisiana Tech back into this game with a touchdown.
Thibodeau on the keeper. Thibodeau fakes the pitch and then tucks it under. And a young man that came to Greenville and educated the Pirates many years ago. Give it off to the big fullback. Coach Maxie Lambright now sent a play into Thibodeau. Free is in motion, coming to the near side. Out of the I formation. Thibodeau fumbles, and East Carolina has recovered.
Oh, that was caused by Fred Chambers, number 88.
I formation. Give it off to Sutton, and he tries and gets 2 the hard way. But the Bulldogs are hanging tough. Pitch quick to Eddie Hicks, and Hicks' feet gets out from under him, and it's going to be 3rd down and 12. Gallagher's wide to the right. Collins in motion, coming to the near side. Pitch, fake pitch. Green looking for somebody to throw to. Throws to Gallagher, complete, 1st down, 22. Gallagher's wide to the left now. Quick pitch to Anthony Collins, and Collins looking for some blocking, can't find it. I tell you what, if you can hear my heartbeat, it'll be beating at 980 miles an hour. Because that's a legend, Kenny. Leander looking for something, and he's got something. A bunch of red jerseys that he didn't want to see. And
along with a guy named Wesley Williams from Arkansas State.
Hicks goes in motion to the right. Green hands it off on an old-fashioned draw play to Theodore Sutton, and he gets it out to the 20.
Really beautiful, isn't it?
It's great. Rodney to punt it, and he keeps it a little low. Fair catch being taken for at the 48-yard line. Thibodeau back at quarterback. The young man that got a lot of things going. Freeze to the right. Giordano is to the right. Thibodeau walking back, looks for somebody to throw to, and he hits his man. Let's see.
Perry. What a hit.
They're ruling an incompleted pass.
What a hit that time.
And, of course, he's expected to be drafted high in the NFL.
Oh, he's one of the good ones, and he's going to catch a whole lot of passes for a whole lot of other people.
Send out wide to the right there. Is Pre in motion. Thibodeau rolling right. And Thibodeau decides to go for it. Coach Lambright said we only have 137. So let's go and see what we can cause. And he caused a perfect pass right down the middle. 1st and 10 at the 20. Thibodeau looking again, throws, almost intercepted. General Omar Bradley unable to attend today. Due to the weather, he couldn't get his plane down. Thibodeau looking once again, incomplete. Thibodeau now facing a 3rd down situation. Pass is called incomplete. said that Sproul got out of bounds, and Mr. Sproul is a little upset. 36-yard field goal attempt by Scooter. Holding and Swilly kicking. It is up. It is good. So Swilly gets the 36-yard field goal. Anthony Collins deep to receive. Lets it go all the way into the end zone. Collins in motion to the near side. Theodore Sutton with the football. Almost coughs it up. Gallagher rolling, looking, picking up double coverage. Gallagher on a straight turnaround, coming back and can't get off of his knees. They're coming quick. And the Bulldogs strategy works. A low snap from center. And of course with the Bulldogs you got to be prepared for anything. The kick is no good. Low and under the crossbars. And that's what he does, and that's the end. They go into the dressing rooms, head to the dressing rooms, and everybody gets ready for John Wayne's appearance on center field. That's the end of the first half of the Independence Bowl with the score East Carolina 21. Louisiana Tech 10 will return with halftime activities.
I wondered if I really was coming down here. I said, indeed, I'm going.
Okay.
I'm going to look forward to that. So I'm delighted.
They try to find out what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, and get everything going in the second half.
Started off.
Something we've never seen before. Sam Harrell goes in a different formation.
And Hicks comes in motion, and I think it's too much time.
Here we go again, Dick, that same formation.
Leander Green keeps. That is wide left. And too far. Billy Ray. They're looking for a return, so they put men back. And instead, the ball is going to be down at about the 43-yard line. And they're in the power I now.
They've switched again. Now East Carolina switched their offensive set. Louisiana Tech switched their offensive set.
And George Yates runs the football. It's again. But it does make you wonder if the man up there is helping him a little bit. Thibodeau's got 5 receivers out.
Good screen for him. Good
And
screen.
goes with the offensive back. And it flags all over the place. And East Carolina going to be penalized for a late hit.
I think he meant it, but that's not what counts. He did it.
Personal foul. And Giordano is wide to the right. Sproul is left. 2nd and 4. And you can see there that George Yates, Tingler now moves wide to the left, trying to offset their blocking pattern. And boy, but what a block. They're working exclusively out of the eye now with men split wide left and right. And they've started going up the middle with their running backs. The entire staff are yelling encouragement to the Pirate defensive unit. They switched completely now to the I formation, Kenny, by putting the up man in motion. And Pre goes in motion, and Thibodeau flips back, and man, it gets away from the running back, and he's going to lose some yardage all the way back to the 20-yard line. Field goal, this one from about the 27, so it'll be a 37-yard attempt. The spot, the kick, Swilly's kick is good. So Keith Swilly adds it to it. And I tell you what, nothing wrong with that. It's time out on the field with the score East Carolina 21, Louisiana Tech 13.
I think that means that he can kick the ball pretty good is what it means.
Swilly kicking deep now to Anthony Collins. And Collins says, no, I ain't even going to fool with it. With Washington wide left. Green, a long count. And he gives it off to Theodore Sutton, and Sutton finds some running room up the middle, and he gets it out to the 35-yard line. Green dropping straight back, looking for receiver, throws deep, and ooh!
Right off the fingertips of Terry Gallagher.
Billy Ray Washington's wide left now. Green on a misdirection play, faked the handoff to Sutton up the middle, and Leander, although he's not a big guy, long count. East Carolina going with a long count, trying to hold Artis McCann. And Gallagher takes it, but he takes a stab right in the back. With part of the stadium bask in sunshine. And there's that quick opener to Theodore Sutton. And Sutton's got running room. He's at the 10. He'll take it all the way in for the touchdown.
Big water run by Theodore Sutton that time. He is some running back. He's leading East Carolina right now.
Thing is over. Bill Lamb set to kick. It's up. It is good. It is good. It's time out on the field with the score East Carolina 28, Louisiana Tech 13.
This football game, Dick Jones got that statistic from our booth manager up here, and he wouldn't even let me see it.
The kick down to about the 20-yard line, taken there by Zach Jones. Speed that young man has.
He runs a 4.3, and folks, that's just a couple of steps off Bob Hayes when he was in his prime.
Thibodeau looking, and all the receivers are covered, and Hallow misses him.
Ooh.
But Tommy Summer and Jeffrey Warren especially doesn't miss him. Eric Barkley, the freshman, is back in now at quarterback and got everybody heading down to the sidelines, and no way. Out of the arms of Scooter Sproul.
East Carolina has played a lot of people today.
Thomas McLaurin back in now, taking that cornerback spot. And a sack by Zach. Expected in the state of North Carolina. The punt by Jeff Dozier drives Gerald Hall all the way back to the 10-yard line, and Gerald's just going to let it roll dead.
If the fans can see, Louisiana Tech was back in deep in their own territory. Now with just one punt and 70 yards, they got East Carolina way back in their own territory.
Around 20 to 25 would be an excellent crowd. Leander Green on the quarterback keeper, cuts across the green, gets some running room outside.
Why Coach Dye used them so much.
Steve Greer in at quarterback, and Steve and Theodore Sutton run. Anthony Collins run together, looking from behind East Carolina.
The sunshine is in and out. When it comes out, it's real bright. The clouds are low, but they're not real thick.
Eddie Hicks stopped up once again. We used to have the Wild Dogs, and now we got the Swarm. And going absolutely nowhere on
a while ago that we were in the Southwestern. He dropped back, and the linebackers are really...
rushes, 17 rushes. That was held by Terry McFarland of McNeese State. Pass outside is incomplete. Complete. Young man got his feet down. The entire defensive swarm has been voted the defensive player of the game. All young men on defense, because they have just done a magnificent job. Barkley completes one over the middle.
They sure have, Dick.
1:55 remaining in the ball game. 35 to 13. East Carolina in the lead. Barkley going back, looking, throwing. Complete. Going out of the game. And coming back and having to take over when Thibodeau was knocked out by Jeffrey Warren.
He sure does, Dick. And he's trying hard right now to get his team in the end zone.
From East Carolina University. Almost picked off by the Pirates. Quote, Independence Bowl.
Dick, that's real early, isn't it?
I tell you what. They talk about how much work it is. Barkley throwing. Pass is intercepted by East Carolina. Henry Trevathan in at quarterback. And he pitches. Roy Wiley's in at fullback. And let's see, there's a flag on the play, and I think there's going to be a delay.
No.
And his SID, Keith Prince, Cal Rockefeller, the Independence Bowl Committee. Everybody has just been magnificent. 25, Sam Harrell with the foot. Henry Trevathan is operating the team at quarterback. Theodore Sutton is the most valuable offensive player for the Pirates. Terry Gallagher on that end around, and Gallagher isn't going to go anywhere.
He's trapped back around the 2-yard line.
Rodney Allen back to punt. They got the men up there, and there's Coach Pat Dye being carried on the shoulder of his teammates, and Eddie Hicks is there, Tommy Summers there, everybody's there. East Carolina wins their bowl bid, 35-13. I tell you what, it was an exciting football game. Congratulations to Coach Pat Dye, his entire staff. Thanks to everybody for all the cooperation. Thanks to the stations for joining us.